You already know what time it is. Browns get ready to kick off about 4:25 against the Las Vegas Raiders. And of course, this is G. Bush right here on the pregame show. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to get to it. We're going to give them a pep talk. We're going to go through who I need to see something from and why. There's a lot of things on the table. It's getting late early right here in this season. And we're going to get to it in only the way G. Bush can do it right here on the Barbershop pregame show.
Quality, service, atmosphere. You're next in the chair. Feel at home in the barbershop. G. Bush offers a fresh cut on sports. The barbershop isn't just grooming for guys. It's culture. It's lifestyle. It's sports. And it's now the barbershop is giving the sports scene a sheer shave and shine. Join the makeover now. Follow Garrett Bush at GBush91 on Twitter.
Welcome on in all over the great internet, whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on X or formerly known as Twitter. It's G. Bush rocking and rolling. Browns pregame show, and we got a lot to talk about. Pivotal game for the Cleveland Browns. Pivotal. I had people calling my phone. Shout out to Jason and his people. Out there in Vegas. A lot of Browns backers is out there in Vegas. It's a lot of people that went out to the desert to check out the Browns. You know how we travel. We travel with the best of them. But this is going to be a game that we got to have. And I've been setting the motion for what I'm going to talk about today all week on all my programs. I've been talking about it on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I've been talking about it on my podcast, The Ultimate Browns. If you haven't checked out, please go check that out. I've been talking about it on the Barbershop radio show. We've been ready to do that. And I've been talking about it on the Bleacher Report. Anywhere and everywhere, I've been setting it up for right now on what we got to talk about. And what we need to talk about is, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, man, I was just watching and Flacco is just out there dicing up the Steelers. Just dicing the Steelers up. Just Joe Flacco just coming in. Only reason I knew is because I had Anthony Richardson on my fantasy team. And Flacco comes in, and I happen to turn over. I'm like, dang, this dude is carving them boys up. But that's neither here nor there. Actually, we'll talk about that a little bit, but not in the way you think I'm going to get to it. This is a pivotal game for the Cleveland Browns. And I came up with the personality and the thought process that it's time out for the excuses. The excuses got to go. You know why the excuses got to go? And a lot of people don't get this. And we're going to get right into our first fact right here. Quarter of the season is gone, boys and girls. See, that's how quickly stuff roll up on you. It's just like being 40. You look around, you graduate college, you get you a job, you get married, you look around, and all of a sudden, everybody you know is 40 plus that you went to school with on Facebook. That's how life comes at you fast. And right now, we are what we used to be at the it's one more game. We know you play 17 games, but we are at the quarter pole of the season. And for anybody that's saying, oh, we need some time, we need to figure stuff out, it's still the preseason. Well, listen, nobody didn't tell the Cleveland Browns to come out here and don't play in the preseason. That was on them. And half of the reason I think they're in the position they are in right now is because I just don't think guys are in shape. I don't think guys put any time in terms of the conditioning level that they should have been putting in. And there's a lot of people were rehabbing, coming off injuries, and I get that. But right now we're 4 games in. All of that talk is done. There is ample tape out there on who you are today. And that's what we're talking about here. When you're looking at it from a situation of, you know what you are. It is no longer, oh, it's game 1. We'll work our way into it. Oh, it's game 2. We're trying to be on the same page. It's game 3. Well, we had some things go wrong. We got to be better. It's now game 4. And there's a big difference in 3 games being 2-2 and 1-3. We don't need to go into the specifics of what that is because we know what it looks like when you're 1-3. And by the way, this is a game that is a winnable game. I just saw Andy Dalton come in here and throw for 300 yards plus. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy because I believe Antonio Pierce called his team out, rightfully so, and said, you guys made business decisions. You guys didn't come out here and play, and you went through the motions, and you got your butts kicked. That's the way the NFL is set up. The NFL is set up that way. If you come out here half-stepping, you can get beat at any given time by any given person. So the Raiders are coming off a very disappointing loss where they look trash, and they're coming into a game in which they don't have Devontae Adams, in which they don't have Max Crosby, and they just got beat, and they look like they can't run the football at all. So now you got Jacoby Myers and some tight ends, and I don't even think Michael Mayer is going to play. They got the kid from Georgia or whatever, but if you're going to let a tight end beat you, I don't know what to tell you. And both teams are coming into this game with something to prove and something that needed to be done. Now, if you're Kevin Stefanski, and after you came out last week and you said, got to be better, can't come out there and play like that against the Giants, got to coach better, all the way around needs to be better. Well, listen, if you don't get it done today, that means it wasn't you weren't ready to go, or you just had to prepare better. It means you're just not good. And it's time to start putting things in black and white. We do a lot of this stuff in the media. It's either you're good or you're not. And we'll get to Coach Stefanski later on in this situation. But you can't live off them coaches of the year all the time. You can't live off that forever. You can't ride that white tiger forever, dog. At the end of the day, we talk about playoff wins. Don't act like we don't know that you didn't get one of those. That was your assistant coach when we had COVID, when we went to Pittsburgh. So all that stuff we giving you, we went to Pittsburgh with Baker. Yeah, you forget he wasn't on that sideline. And the last time I seen you in the playoff game, the guy who people say should have been coach of the year for the Houston Texans smoked you. So here's the thing. We got a lot of stuff on the table here for you right now. And this is what I call, come to Jesus Sunday here. We're going to have to figure something out. Either you that or you not. Speaking of, before we get to any of that, let me salute and shout out to people. 388 people in here right now. We appreciate you. Hit that like button and hit that share button wherever you at. Wherever you at, hit that like and share for me, man. We got to get them likes up. We got to run it up. You know how we going to do. I'm going to be right back here doing the same thing. We got the post-game show. You can check it out. I'll be on Bleacher Report for that. I'll be on the UCSS 2-minute warning. And then I'm going to come right back here and give you another post-game show. So for all them suckers that's out there that wait till Monday, you ain't got to wait till Monday. You get your money off right now with G. Bush. I don't know why. I don't know why they can't do it on Sunday either. I got to work. I work Saturday and I work Sunday and I work all the Mondays too. So you know how we give it up over here, man. Let's get to these comment section before we can get into the nuts and bolts of what we want to talk about today. As you can see, I'm slightly fired up. I'm slightly fired up today because we got to get it done. Oh, y'all in here ready to go. Flacco in here looking good. Let me take this down real quick because I want to make sure y'all can see y'all little comments. Hey, I'm just saying. I wasn't even coming here to start that so far. What's good? What's up, my man? I see you. Yeah. KR Thunder was popping. Hey, man, you had the courage to speak the truth and don't sugarcoat it. You know what we bringing to the table. Bailey, what's up? Watching Steelers coach game, just watching Flacco. It feels like he knows when and where to go with the ball. It doesn't look like the same thing we watching with Deshaun, unfortunately. Oh, we're going to get to Watson. We're going to get to him today, too. Let me see. Baker rocking. What does that tell you? We're going to get to all that. We're going to get to. Hey, Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Time to bench Deshaun if he struggles today. Yeah, we're going to talk about all this. We're going to do it. Stefanski is so overrated. 2-time coach of the year means nothing. You'll never win a Super Bowl in Stefanski. He's not the coach to get you there. Barry not acknowledging the offensive line in the offseason is absolutely terrible. The line should be sponsored by duct tape. This segment is duct tape. If you're looking, man, duct tape is like one of the 7 wonders of the world. You could do everything with duct tape, bro. Like you can wrap up hangers. Like you could put it on as a Band-Aid. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could put, like, if your rear view mirror get knocked off, boom, you just put that duct tape on it. Let's go. Unspoken Vicious Inside Media. When will Kevin answer a question about who's doing the play calling? Why are we paying a salary to an offensive coordinator if he's not doing the job? Let's get to that. Unspoken Voices Inside Media. Let's go ahead and do that. We, you know how we gonna give it up over here. I got a question too. Super chats are available. If you want a super chat, we'll make sure you do get your question heard, and we'll make sure we do that off top. So thank you so much for super chats, and thank you guys for sharing and making sure that people get a chance, an opportunity to see this content. Quarter of the season is gone, and let's start off with the quarterback. Time to get it done, and it's time to be special. I set this up all week. Time to get it done. Time to be special. When we watching these games, I don't know if you got to go back and watch Houston tape. I don't know if you got to go back and watch your high school tape. I don't know if your homeboys from the crib got to call you up and be like, hey, Deshaun, hey, dog. Like, come on, man. We need these plays right now. And people say, G. Bush, why are you always flip-flopping? Why you guys sound stupid? See, this is why I want intelligent thinking people in my streams. I don't want low-hanging fruit, low information people coming to my streams because you don't think. You don't understand what I'm trying to tell you, and you only want to reply because you want to get. I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna act like I'm listening to what he's saying. Then I'm gonna just reply. You're flip-flopping. Bro, that's why people don't get nowhere in life. It ain't about flip-flopping. As intelligent adults who are thinking and learning creatures, you take what's available to you, the information that's readily available at the time. You put that in your database. You run it through the system, and you say, based on what I'm seeing today and based on my research and based on what the studies I have done and life experiences has brought me, I'm going to make an informed decision as of right now. What kind of dumb person sits there and has no evidence and has no anything, has nothing to hang his hat on in terms of new information? And you just sit there and be like, well, I know everything I'm seeing in real life is contrary to what my thesis is, but I'm just going to stick and stand on. See, that's the problem where we at, especially in this country. Everybody wants to do this. I could be wrong, but I'm going to double down. Never admit when you're wrong. Never admit when you get new information. Always stay, listen, that's why we can't evolve and get nowhere as we is today. Because everybody want to sit around and act like they're the smartest one in the room. Just because you wander over there and you say the sky is purple when every other sane American and person in the world knows that the sky is blue, that don't make you smarter than people. That doesn't mean you have some sort of a monopoly on understanding the game. No, you don't. You're just dumb. Why would I sit up here and time after time after time see what's going on in front of me and then say, well, I'm going to be G. Bush and stand on what I said, even though I look like a buffoon? Stop it. You're not going to get me trapped in that. Doesn't work. That is not a Jedi mind trick. Deshaun Watson, I'm looking at this team around him. Let's be clear. This offensive line, nothing to write home on. Joe Bitonio got old overnight. Wyatt Teller's injured. He won't be back. Jed Wills was never good, despite what people want to say. Stop playing with me. And I hate when people do this too. Nobody was saying Jed Wills was bad. No one could have known that. No, that was you. I've been saying it for months and years. Rewind the tape. See, it's the thing called the internet. We actually can take things off the internet and just drop it back and say, remember I said that on this such and such date. This offensive line is not getting no better. It's not. You think they just going to wake up tomorrow and have it figured out? DeJuan Jones is hobbled right now. Right? You think they're going to figure it out? No, it's not happening. You think you're going to get Nick Chubb to come off IR and rush for 200 yards a game? Let's be clear. I was the same guy complaining when he was completely healthy. They was only running the ball 16 or 18 times then with the best back in the league and a great offensive line. So all of a sudden, you're going to come back and they're going to just hand the ball to Nick Chubb and he's going to just save the day. No, it's not going to happen. Is Amari Cooper or Jerry Jeudy getting faster anytime soon? No. Are they going to create this separation and be deep threats all of a sudden? No, they're not. So when I say Deshaun Watson has to be special, I'm not talking about it as some grandiose thought. I'm talking to you as that's the only way it's going to get done because the supporting cast ain't there. And if somebody was telling him, like, hey, bro, at the beginning of the season, that may have been the plan. Hey, just check it down. Hey, let the other guys make some plays. Hey, we don't need you to turn it over. Sometime the plan get ripped up. And the plan for the Cleveland Browns right now is ripped up. I don't care if you make mistakes. I need you to make mistakes trying to be special. I don't care if you throw a couple of picks or if you need to extend some plays or if you need to run some design runs. I don't care if they got to run 10 of them by any means necessary. Because if you think that the Cleveland Browns are going to playoffs and we just going to like somehow be great on the other places and you ain't got to do nothing special, that's not what it's about. The cape needs to come out. The cape needs to come out. Whether or not you understand it and whether or not the cape is still in your book bag, I happen to think that you do have something left. I happen to think when I'm breaking it down, I see throws like the first throw you threw to Jerry Jeudy, or excuse me, Elijah. I'm calling everybody, but what it is, Amari Cooper. Beautiful football. First play, toe tap touchdown. That's a 10 out of 10 football. I seen you make two or three throws late in that game to Amari Cooper getting your feet in. I've seen you make rushing plays where you're eluding the rush and making guys look crazy and still being able to extend those plays. But I also see, like Sean King says, you're missing layups. The throw to Elijah Moore in the seam, you missed that. The throw where you got strips at. Hey, Jerry Jeudy was open on a deep comeback. All you had to do was get to the third step, let it go, and have faith in it. But you double hitched. And in this world, sometimes your margin for error is this small. And with this team, it is that small. So every time you get an opportunity, you can't miss throws. Is it fair? No. Is it fair that you ain't got the offensive line that you think you was going to have? Well, I'm sorry. It is what it is, bro. We can cry or we can get it done. And it's time to get it done. And the only way that happens is if you get it done being special. Because guess what? Those people in that huddle is looking for him. You think Amari Cooper don't know? You're like, man, he ain't going to say it. He's like, yo, we need that one. We need that forward. You're supposed to be going up to the lineman telling them like this. Hey, I know y'all hobbled up there. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I got it. Give me 3 seconds. I promise you, give me 3 seconds. I'm going to get it done. That's all I'm asking. Hey, Jerry Jeudy, I get it. They trying to lock you up. We running underneath stuff. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to put the ball on you so good, you ain't even got to have separation. You're going to turn around and it's just going to be there. It's like having kids, bro. It's like having 2 kids and they all under the age of 7. You turn around, they just there. Like, what the heck? Are you following me? Can I go to the restroom? Man, you have 2 kids under the age of 7 and a dog? Boy, you can't go nowhere. You got to have a dog sitter and a babysitter? That's what I'm talking about in this country. Listen. You be like, back in the day, one of y'all can stay at the house. Not no more. We all work. Everybody work. But listen, that's what they need right now. And I think it's in there. It is in there. But you got to show it. And people are messing with it. Here's the thing. If you're listening to it, people is just like, I'm going to just keep it real. People is waiting to jump on the bandwagon, dog. They waiting. There's a lot of people waiting for that that game where they say, now that's what I can sign up for. Because contrary to popular belief, a lot of the people in Cleveland, they just want to win. You may think it's Baker Bros, or you may be thinking it's dudes that's hating, or people that don't like you because of allegations. Yeah, the allegations, that kind of stuff. There's a good segment of the population, and they're never going to mess with you because of that. They're never going to get on board. They're going to buy your jerseys. But you know what? That segment get real quiet when you start dropping dimes. That's the best thing about sports in general. Everybody got an opportunity to prove somebody right or wrong. You ain't got to listen to G. Bush and his funny panda hats. You don't. But when you come out here and you drop dimes and you do it at a high level, I'm telling you, they ain't gonna say nothing in Avon Lake or Strongsville or Lakewood or over in Cleveland Heights and Richmond Heights and Rocky River. They ain't gonna say none of that. On the east side, the west side, the south side, wherever you at, if you at Manaway Bay or whatever you at, if you dropping dimes, they're going to be cool with it. They're going to be cool with it. Let's keep it pushing, though, because I'm not 600 people in here. How we don't got no likes? It's 600. I need you to like on everything. I need you to share. I need you to like. No one's talking like this. Come on. Let's go. We got 78 people in there. I'm gonna get to them. Let me take this down. Let me get to some of these comments. Where y'all's comments at? We just kicking it. Kool-Aid Mafia is deep in Vegas. Hey, this is a game we really we will win easily. AJ, I hope so. Just rest Miles, get healthy. Browns trash. Only team can score on first play and forget how to play football the rest of the game. Let's see. B Skrill says Flacco and Baker is going off today. Let's see. Yo, man, Greg, I appreciate you. You right, G. Bush. The coach can't ride the coach of the year out forever. This is the NFL. What are you doing for me right now? Business. Karen Phillips always right. She's always in the right now. Right now. Hey, G. Hope we stop running forward up the middle. By hook or crook, we got to win this game today. Go Browns. Of course, we got to. Let me see. That's my whole spiel. Why does he devise illusions that he is capable of calling plays like he's wearing somebody else's underwear? That's funny, man. Where the Browns leaders getting other players' asses, man. They guys celebrate down in games, penalties after penalties. Nobody says that ish. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this. Give me a couple ones. Damn, what the F? Cleveland is fiending for a winning Browns team. Yeah, we've been waiting for that. Let's get to this. We've been talking about Deshaun Watson, 623. We're looking at move to 1,000. We've been talking about Watson. Let's get this. This is another thing. Hey, Kev, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you real quick, dog. I got to Deshaun. I hollered at him. You know what I'm saying? I told him he need to be special because, right now he's taking a lot of heat. And a lot of people is like, listen, we looking at, they looking at, I've seen blogs and drafts where people is talking about who they drafted at quarterback. I've seen people talk about when is it ready to go to Jameis Winston? Do you think DTR has something? Can he be a franchise guy? That's what happens when people got a lot of expectations, and that's how they moving with you, right? So if the quarterback is taking all that type of heat, right? His name all in the streets. Well, it's time to talk to you. Because my brethren in the media, they're very slow to pivot. They're very slow to pivot on coaching. See, it's okay to call a player out. See, if you call a player out, you're just asking hard questions. If you call a player out, you're just calling it like you see it. But if you call coaches out, well, then you're biting the hand that feeds you. See, this is why, G. Bush, this is why you can't get no regular show. You can't say that. Come on, bro. You're doing too much. I'm just playing. Not really, though. You see, they be so quick. Y'all be quick to yank dudes. He's a bum. He ain't no good. He's overpaid. I always found it very ironic that you could tell you, like you could always find how much a player makes, but you'd never quite know how much coaches make on these contracts, right? You never know quite how much they re-up for as coaches. Don't know the years. The coaches' salaries ain't part of the salary cap. It's just a mythical monopoly money over there. It's like a don't ask, don't tell. It's like when you're coming up and you're growing up and they say education is the biggest key in the world. And you say, okay, well, I want to grow up and get an education. They say, okay, well, I want to be a doctor because I want to do this. And you say, that's good. You got to learn math. You got to learn science. You got to go to get a degree. You got to be able to go to master's, and then you got to go to medical school, and then you got to do your residency. And then after you spend half your life in school and have thousands and thousands of dollars in student loans, then you could be a doctor. And you say, wow, man, that's a lot of requirements, man. And then you go ask that same professor, that same teacher, that same mentor, that same doctor, well, how much do you make as a doctor? It's kind of you shouldn't ask how much another adult makes. What the heck? So you meaning to tell me you could tell me all the requirements? I got to spend half my life and be in debt and student loans, but I can't ask what the payoff is? I can't ask what the reward that I worked for? I'm just saying, find it quite rare, find it quite ironic that coaches' salaries are never up for debate. Hey, not even in college. They just seem to get, I thought it was funny. When Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney was getting $7 to $10 million, no one had a problem. But the kids now, oh, wow, those pesky kids. Since when was it? When I was growing up, it was all about the education. You mean the education that you got that you can work in 4 or 5 different? I mean, just go back and look at what the rate of guys getting really these 7-figure jobs. Yeah, that education. People are actually the real business is selling kids that you got to go to school and then they'll give you a job, but then you get all the debt and that student loan comes forward and then you don't even get a job in the degree that you wanted and you're left sitting there holding the bag. You're still in your parents' insurance when you're 27. You can't buy a house. Forget about marriage. Who wants to go down to the justice of peace? I mean, weddings is $30,000. This is why, G. Bush, I'm sorry, I got a diatribe. I'm bringing it back. Sorry, that was a commentary on America. I was just talking, But let's talk about this though, Kev. We need to start questioning something. Because let me ask you out in the chat world out there. At what point in time was this mythical playbook that Kevin was running was top 5 ever? I'll wait. There's been times where the running game looks a little better. There's been times where the short passing game looks a little better. Even under Flacco for a little bit of time, the deep passing game and the seams and stuff looked a little better too. But when was this Kevin Stefanski, McVay, Shanahan, Andy Reid playbook ever that explosive? To me, it looks like varying shades of gray. You ain't never really been no top-notch explosive offense. So when people is having him, like he's coveting the play calling, I'm asking myself, why? Just because you like to call the plays don't mean you're good at it. And I got a question for you out there as well. How is it that you get coach of the year, but your offensive coordinator got fired? Huh? What type of sorcery is that? So he don't, Van Pelt don't call the plays, but somehow in the offseason, you decided that you needed a change of scenery. You needed a change in philosophy. So Van Pelt, who was the quarterback coach who got Flacco to play well and probably got PJ Walker to play above his steez and had a rookie DTR playing winning games against the Steelers, he gets fired, but you get coach of the year and you run it back. Then you say, okay, we need a vertical passing game. We need to have RPOs. We need to have all kind of motion and verticalness and all that good stuff. You go get Dorsey. He's like, cool. Dorsey's like, I work with Cam Newton. I work with Josh Allen. I work with guys that kind of had the same skill set as Deshaun. Let's get it going all off season. And then you make 1 week before the season, yeah, I'm going to be calling plays. How? So Van Pelt got fired. You got an award, but it was his offense that you was running, kind of. But then you get Dorsey because you said Van Pelt's offense wasn't that good. But then somehow he comes here and you decide that he's not going to call plays. Do you think Dorsey would have ever took this job if he didn't think he was going to call plays? Why would you do it? Think about it. I'm just kicking. This is a barbershop. We just having a conversation. Why would Dorsey, who got let go in the middle of a year, working with Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks, that means you're trying to revive your career. You're trying to latch on somewhere where you can continue to work your way up and hopefully one day become a head coach. So you want to go to a spot where you can display your skill set. You want to go to a spot where you can display exactly what it is that you do best and that other teams will say, wow, we love him. So this next stop, I rehabilitate myself as a coordinator. After that, we move on. As I cut my headphones off. After that, we move on. And we can say, all right, well, now when they call my name again, it's for a head coaching position. Right? Why would you come to Cleveland when you have Deshaun Watson coming off season arm surgery, who has struggled mightily, who you're coming to a team that's a traditional running team that you need to revamp. You don't have deep threat options that run the playbook that you want to. And all on top of this, you're going to turn play calling over to the coach so he can call play calling after he just fired the offensive coordinator after going to the playoffs? No smart man would ever do that. I'd sit out a year. I'd go to college for a year. I'd just go around the league and scout with people. I'd just hang out and gather new stuff for my playbook. Nobody would come to this situation given those scenarios. So Kevin Stefanski, gotcha. Now he's calling the plays. You're 4 games in, and people are whispering, who is it really? Is it Kev calling the plays, or is it your playbook? I thought we were doing RPOs. I thought, what, Dorsey, is he really that? I ain't no rocket scientist, but I will tell you this though. You know, Kev, the only common denominator left is you. Let's be clear. I think we're flipping it around on Deshaun a little bit when all you got to do is look at let me just talk. I promise I'm going to let y'all get back in here. I had to set it up the right way though. The common denominator is who? When Baker Mayfield was balling, right? And then Baker got hurt. People saying, what's going on with the offense? You were calling the plays. When Nick Chubb, we were saying, why is Nick Chubb not getting the rock? Why are we running this on? Why is Nick Chubb not getting the ball and we doing all these trick plays? That was you calling them. When people said, why can't we get Odell Beckham Jr. the ball? And they're spot shadowing, showing them like, oh, he's open on this or he's open on that. Who was calling the plays? It was you. Now we got Deshaun Watson. You guys made the decision that Baker wasn't good enough, right? Who made that decision? You the one. I didn't make it for you. You said that you didn't want to bring Flacco back. Who made that decision? It was on you. I agree with that, but it was on you. I agree with the Baker one, but you made the decision. And now we are sitting here with Deshaun Watson after 2 iterations of last year was, oh, we got Elijah Moore and we're going to be doing this jet motion stuff. We saw none of it. Oh, we got this. We got Dorsey this year. We about to see this vertical. We about to RPO people to death. We saw none of it. And then Bill Callahan leaves and the running game looks worse. He just so happened to be the running game coordinator. You look soft up front and you didn't even address the fact that you got a running line and you're trying to drop back 10 times a game. The common denominator is you, Kev. How many more people are going to get scapegoated? Who you going to blame it on next? People running around here talking about we got to have a new quarterback if Deshaun don't work. Let me ask you a question. Do you trust Kevin to pick the right quarterback? Seems to me they're 0-4. I'm just saying, food for thought, you do the dishes. But after this game, if you can't scheme nobody open and Max Crosby not playing, and you can't scheme nobody open and they can't stop the run, and you can't scheme anybody open and your team is still having penalties and your clock management is still bad, the common denominator is you. So if we're done with the experiment with Deshaun Watson and we wanted results, well, we've been waiting for results with you since you got here with the playbook. I'm just saying. Hey, put a 1 in the comment if you think I'm talking that talk. Put a 2 in there if you think I'm just BSing. I'm just saying, put a 1 if I got valid points on that. You put a 2 in there if you say, G. Bush, you're a conspiracy theorist. You don't know what you're talking about, and I don't know why I've been watching this that long. 732 people in here. We got a couple more before we get to 1,000. We'll get you guys out of here. You know how we do. We'll make sure you get ready to go. Your food will be ready to set up and everything. Hit that like button, by the way. Let me see your comments in here. Y'all been supporting. I appreciate y'all out here, man. William Wise, what's up, my bro? What's up? G. Bush out here spilling that tea. I told you I was going to say, these pregame shows, you better tell your people, if you ain't tapped into the pregame shows, these boys is spicier than the postgame joints. What's up? I appreciate you. What's up, G? I'm at work today. Kind of glad I am, so I don't have to force myself to watch this game. Hopeful, but let's see what happens, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to the Weekend Warriors, by the way, man. I remember I used to work at University Hospital, and I used to work in the trauma unit. I used to help people that didn't have insurance who would come to the hospital, and I would be in the trauma unit working on Sundays, and it was during the 1 and 31 eras, and it was crazy because every single time I would say I wasn't worried about them, and I ain't worried about no Browns. I ain't trying to see them. And then, man, I would bring my little tablet in and, watch them and try to watch them where I could. NFL Network be crazy. You can't even get the stuff like that. So I remember just being there all day, 12 hours on a Sunday, working crazy hours. And even when I didn't want to watch the Browns, I'm like you. When I didn't want to, I still wanted to, right? And I think that's why we all here doing what we do, man. Brian Matthews, thank you so much. Mathis, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you as always, man. Zay Crypto, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Not once. Let's see. I'm trying to see if people thought I was lying. You let me know if I was lying. Because I'm gonna tell you what. Hey, hold on. Listen, I gotta check these. Let me see. Hey, I think about every employee that works in the facility. I believe Kevin wants to sign the sell. He want to put up for front, man. Let's see. Let me see these ones. Ooh, Vikings 27, Green Bay 7. They cooking. Another common denominator, Creative Juice. What's up, man? Another common denominator, injuries. Let's see. Yeah, I got some ones in here. Here we go. Hey, bro, you got some fire hair. I ain't gonna lie. If that's your real picture, I don't know if it's AI. I don't even care if you say two. But listen, your hair is fire. Like, you got better hair than like some people's wives, bro. This is fire. Like, you got the beard game going. You definitely should have been in like a rock band. You missed your calling, dog. I got these ones in here. I'm just saying. Look, man, I ain't going crazy. Man, I had to put it out there. Hey, Creative Juice said 1.5. 1.5. Hey, I like these 1.5s. I like these 1.5s, man. Y'all funny. Hey, Big Scotty says 2. Nah, I'm just playing. Man. Yo. Man, y'all cats is funny, man. Let's get to this one. Let me tell you this, though. Appreciate you, man. Let me get to this one, man. We need to play complimentary football today. You're on Stefanski's, you know what, right now. No lie detected. Hey, man, I be trying to, I try not to curse. I mean, you guys are cursing. I mean, I try not to curse because they be demonetizing people. And these dudes on Facebook, these dudes on YouTube be crazy. They be like, you said, but I'll take 50% of that. I'm like, y'all cats is out of control. I'm trying to get my cake, bro. We need that. We need all of that. Let me get to this. Speaking of complimentary football, let me see where I was at with this. Play calling is on the table. Let's get to this. 772 in here. Make sure you continue to hit that like button. We got a little bit of time left before we get to your thoughts on the game. We'll get to your what your prediction is, and I'll give you mine here as well. But first, let's get to this. This is a heart check for the Cleveland Browns. This is not that difficult. This is not that difficult, boys and girls. This is a game in which we just heard Greg. We just heard 3G talk about it. All it is complimentary football today. Everything that I talked about with everybody that I mentioned, Deshaun Watson, Coach Stefanski, the defense, all of that. All of these things are fixable. All you got to do is run complimentary football. We should know what the game plan is. You know how you fix the Cleveland Browns? You say, G. Bush, you always complaining about them, but you never tell us how to fix them. You always complaining about them, but you never give the solution. Well, I'm going to give you the solution how you roll with this. Deshaun Watson. Hey, go play free, bro. This is my conversation with him. Play free. The one thing that I see quarterbacks that play outside of Cleveland, and trust me, it ain't about getting over Baker or whatever. I'm trying to give you a frame of reference or context here. Baker ain't coming back. Flacco ain't coming back. None of them ain't coming back. I'm giving you a frame of reference to understand what I'm trying to talk about here. The one thing I see is those guys playing freer. Those guys playing more loose. Those guys playing more, in the moment of the game. And when you're here, everything looks constricted. 1,000, 2, 1,000, throw to Jerry Jeudy, who's covered by 17 people. Nah, play free. I'm going to tell them, look, we're going to have to play complimentary football. We don't got the offensive line that we used to have, but you know what it is? It's strength in numbers. If we want to run the ball, so what? Bring them up here. I got 17 linemen. Kevin, if you want to play bully ball, get creative in your formation allocation in the run game. Everything's going to have to come off of that because you're not talented enough to run 5 wide and signify to the defense, here we come. We're throwing the ball. You can't do anything about it. You don't have the line. You don't have the protection. You don't have the health. You don't have the receivers, and your quarterback's not seeing it well to do that. So what do? Things that you've already been good at. We saw D'Onta Foreman run the ball and be a battering ram. We know that Jerome Ford can get outside. He's not an inside running back, Karen. But guess what? You're correct. Get him outside. Where's your screen game? If they want to blitz Deshaun Watson, so be it. What happened to your screen game, Kev? That was the best part of your game in 2020 and 2021. Now it's like you want to go 5 wide? Where's your motion? Where's your jet motion? Where's handing the ball to these guys? If you want to use Jerome Ford, I have Jerome Ford like a glorified receiver. Jerome Ford is going to flank her out, and guess what? Rocket screen. Jerome Ford, orbit motion. Jerome Ford, quick bubble screen. Tosses, sweeps, outside zone. I use that in conjunction with the battering ram. When I got D'Onta Foreman in the game, I got a couple of linemen in here. But guess what? What you do is now you play action off that. You give Deshaun Watson a run pass option, and you get the shot plays that you're looking for. Now you don't need to be blanketed and guys out wide. Now you can get separation by your play call, Kev. See? We got to make the game ugly. Play to your defense. You know you got Myles Garrett. You tell them, listen, y'all might not get the ball this first half. We don't have that ball 17, 18 minutes. And guess what? We can run that same playbook, but now we got a better athlete at quarterback doing it, and we can get him those shot plays. And you might need to dust off some of the runs. You might need Deshaun to run 5 runs. Hey, listen, it ain't looking good enough. It ain't looking good enough for you to be back there. We can't put you in bubble wrap. I told you, we need 5. And what we need from Deshaun, we need 3 to 4 special plays. Whether that's with your legs, whether that's with your arm, whether that's extending the plays. We need 3 to 4 special plays, and we're going to play complementary football. We're going to lean on what we do best. One of the things that we got guys to do best, we might not be able to get separation, one-on-one coverage on 3rd and 10 and 5 wide, but we can sure get that on 3rd and 4 when we run that deep play action, and that deep comeback is there, and that deep dig is there with Amari Cooper. You see what I'm saying? It's not that easy. It's not that hard. Actually, it's quite easy. This is the game the Cleveland Browns should win. This is a game the Cleveland Browns should look a lot better in. This is a game the Cleveland Browns should come out, and we're going to find out about their heart. Their best 2 players are out, and you're playing Gardner Minshew. Your pride should be hurt the way you embarrassed yourself in front of your home crowd. You should be embarrassed, and you should be the team that comes out there ready to punch somebody in the mouth. That's what we're looking for today. That's what we're looking for. There should be you caught us off guard. You know this team's going to play with desperation. You know they're going to come in ready to go. They're at home. You know what Gardner Minshew did to you last year. 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 on the ground. You couldn't stop the read option. Look for it today. You know Jacoby Meyer is the guy who's going to be the main target. Look for it. You know they're going to blitz, right? They can't manufacture, the amount of rush that they want to get. You know that saw the tape against the Giants. Over 50% of the time they were blitzing. Look for it to be 60. Deshaun, you know they're coming. Ball got to be out. Kevin, you know you didn't establish the run first half. Got to run the football. So this game is a game that only dummies fail. Remember the teacher used to give you a test? And she used to tell you, hey, look, it's a test on Friday. The only questions coming from the test on Friday is from chapter 8. That's it. Chapter 8, not 9 and 10. Yes, chapter 8. If you read chapter 8, this should be 100%. That's a free 100% to boost your score. Now let's see how many of you dummies go home and don't study and don't crack the book and and then wait to the last minute and didn't know I told you today it was only 8. Well, I thought we were going to do 9 and 10. I thought we were doing 9 and 10 teach. No, we weren't doing it. We did. I told you. It's an open book test for you. You know what they're going to run. You know what you got to do. You know what their strengths are. You know what your weaknesses are, and you know what adjustments need to be made. Now, I'm just out here willing to see if you're going to make them. I'm just willing to see if you're going to take the easy 100 points. It should be an A+ effort, an A+ scheme, and a very easy A in terms of what the Browns should look like. Now, listen, I'm not guaranteeing no win at all, and nothing is easy, but they should look a certain way. It ain't all about the win. We want the win, trust me. But they better not come out here looking a certain type way, or we got to do some rethinking. With that being said, I'm gonna give you my thought process. I'm not gonna lie, I had the Browns losing 34-31 when Max Crosby and Devontae Adams was playing. Came out, those individuals weren't playing. I got it a little different. I think the Cleveland Browns could come out here, and I'm still going to give them credit for that 31, but this time I got them meeting 31-17 in the Vegas over the Raiders, and that's my expectation, 31-17. What do you say? Thoughts? 821 in here. Hit the like button for your boy. Make sure you're right back before we get to your thoughts and your comments in terms of what the prediction for the score is. We want to thank everybody wherever you're at, whether it's Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter or X, wherever you at checking in. We appreciate you guys tapping in. Y'all could be a lot of other places, but you rock with the barbershop, so we appreciate that. Also, we will be right back here, same place, same time, later on tonight, after the game is over. Win or lose, we'll be able to do that right back here in the barbershop. So tap in with us, share this. We'll get to everything going. And hopefully we can be back here later on tonight celebrating the Browns victory. Let's get to your thoughts, final comments, and your predictions and scores as well. What's your prediction? Let me see. Let me get to them. Let's see. Let's see. I appreciate you, man. We cooking. Let's see. Here we go. Mick Dog. I get the running game going, so Deshaun gets a little time to pass, but I think the blitz is coming. You know it's coming. For everywhere, Max Crosby's or no is what I would do if I was the opposing. I run wherever Max Crosby will be at. That's a very valid thing. I think the Browns should be doing that as well. Let me take this down so I can see this. I hate when I do that. Here we go. Let me see. We need our D-line to blow. You know what up? We should be destroying their offensive line. Let's see. Right here, shake off the rust, 21-17 Raiders. 31 G, come on, bro. Our D scoring half them points. Hey, listen, I got 31. Hit that like button. Flacco just threw another TD. Hey, I appreciate you, man. 35-17, 2 pick sixes. Shout out to you, Darian. Browns win 24-20. Just Chill says 28-7 Raiders. The Raiders, man. 24-13. We see you. Let's see. 37-10 Browns. We got the Browns lose 24-14. 3G says 24-7. You know what we doing. 21-17. We got the Brownies over here. Raiders 17-10. 24-17. Another 24-17. Jay Bavis says 3 touchdowns by Watson. I would like to see that. 35-20, 21-7 right here, 24-17. We got a 33-7. Also a 30-10, 24-10. Browns 27-13. B Skrills 24-13. Brownies. Let's see. Prediction: 3 tall boy beers to make it through the game stress-free. 13-6, man. Let's see. 24-17 Browns, 17-13 Browns, 17-10 Dogs, 28-21 Browns. What's up, Damon? What up, cuz? 31-28 Brownies. Let's see. What's up, Chris P? Hello, G Powers. Been out, but I had to be there. 28-13 Browns. I appreciate that, man. 24-21 Raiders, 21-14, 21-17, and last but not least, 13-17 Oakland / Las Vegas / Los Angeles. With that being said, man, I want to appreciate everybody pulling up on me. We'll be here same place, same time. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the comments. Put the comments in there. We appreciate you. We got you out there early, like we said we did. You got about 1 hour before the game. So make sure you continue to get your food ready. Get in front of the TV. Get your adult beverage together. Dust off the remote and be ready to go to get ready for the Browns versus Raiders out in Las Vegas. With that being said, you never know where your boy G Bush is going to show up. Never know. Radio, television, internet, I'm all over the place. We want to thank you for joining me wherever you are doing those things. And with that being said, we hope you have a great viewing pleasure of watching these Cleveland Browns, and hopefully we can get that win. Have a good rest of your evening. I'll be back later on after the game, and go Browns.
Quality, service, atmosphere. You're next in the chair. Feel at home in the barbershop. G. Bush offers a fresh cut on sports. The barbershop isn't just grooming for guys. It's culture. It's lifestyle. It's sports. And it's now the barbershop is giving the sports scene a sheer shave and shine. Join the makeover now. Follow Garrett Bush at GBush91 on Twitter.